All right, guys, welcome back to Process2Perform. In this week's video, I want to grab some of that low-hanging fruit that is offensive line play, and we talk about this all the time. Simple movement patterns are the core of what's going to make somebody successful, right? Because those turn into the right techniques for that position and the requirements of that position. So when we start looking at offensive line play again, what is something that we're all kind of fundamentally trying to do? We're trying to fight for real estate. I'm trying to get to a position under control before that defensive lineman is getting into that position. So if I can get to my position under control, how I enter a confrontation has a lot to do with how that confrontation is going to go. So as we look at this first couple clips, you'll see that when offensive linemen set flat, when they're taught to set flat and then they're really shuffling this way, all you're doing is you're cutting down, because that real estate's now different. You're cutting down that amount of time you have to react to a better athlete who's moving forward. So what usually happens, guys will get opened up or they'll get beat inside, and this is a common occurrence really because we're just doing things that don't make fundamental sense. So take a look at these clips and we'll come back with some more. All right, I'm going to run these full speed and then you're going to see details on the second. So this first clip, the left tackle, he's coming out, that real estate position changes. So now that confrontation is happening too soon for him. He can't react back inside, right? Recipe for disaster. We saw the Tennessee Titans player get beat 2 weeks ago, and now he looks great. Go to the second clip here, and what you're going to see is a guy who's really turned his career around, playing against an awesome player, best player in the league. But really, what's happening here? First kick is flat. Second step over, now he's got to turn because he's set flat, and now he's at that real estate position way too early compared to how his body height and his balance is. So against a superior athlete, superior player, bad things are going to happen. Okay, young player, going to be a great player in this league, great athlete, but again, you're setting flat. Maybe it's his landmark issue, I don't know, but to set flat in a situation like this, leaving all that real estate open, again, unnecessary really. You think inside out there you're going to be good. Same thing here. You're setting flat because you're worried you're not going to get on this defender, but really what's happening, you're flat, you open up before that second or that third kick slide, and you have issues. Inside guard here, doesn't bring his second step. This guy's a great player too. He's going to be a great player in this league. Doesn't bring his second step, sets flat on his first, misses. I was just happened to be watching this game. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game, so you're going to see a couple clips here. Same situation. You're setting, so your real estate is that real estate you're fighting for is happening too soon, right? So now it's like you're running one direction, he's going the other, and you have problems. Okay, these next couple of clips, I want to demonstrate how if an offensive lineman opens up before his third kick slide, right? He's giving that weak hip, that upfield hip to a defensive end or a defensive tackle, and now giving them the ability to really press that pocket. So even if they don't make the play, you'll see that in a lot of these clips, they don't necessarily get a sack, but they're disrupting the play because the offensive lineman has opened up too early as a function of not keeping his shoulders square. Now that could be because he has a poor stance that we talked about in an earlier video, poor initial kick slide, he's setting too flat. There's a lot of different reasons, but ultimately, if you can keep your shoulder square for 3 kick slides before you open up, you're gonna have that much better ability to take on that outside bull rush, take on the inside pass rush move because you're under control. You've gotten to your real estate position under control, in balance. Let's take a look. Young players, if you take the ego out of it and just look, hey, these are all elite level athletes, elite level NFL players. If you just follow the simple concepts, hey, what is the best position for your body to be in into contact? Well, it's certainly not turning your shoulders before 3 kicks. We see it over and over here. You turn after 2 right here, you're gonna have a problem. So all we really need to focus on is some very, very key but simple concepts. And if we're able to do that, we're going to have a lot of success. This guy's a Hall of Fame player, right? One of the best players in the last 10 years. Turn early though, I don't care who you are, you're going to have a problem. So as you can see, a lot of good players on these clips. We have some Hall of Fame caliber players on these clips still making the same mistakes. So young players, hey, don't underestimate the value of learning it right early, okay, and then doing the same things early and often through your routines, your habit formation. Most important part of the sport. Get it right as early as you can. Don't take shortcuts, and then build up routines so you can develop habits that are going to help you through the long term. Have a good week, guys. We'll talk to you soon.